Morning, guys. It's Saturday, the 11th of June. The time is 7:26 a.m. And today I want to talk again and delve more deeply into just some of the numbers surrounding How Matcha. So, How Matcha is the business that I bought in Marylebone, 47 Blandford Street. I bought it at a purchase price of £53,000. It was initially offered, I think, at 70, I think, and he ultimately sold it to me for 53. I know that there were several other buyers that were interested over the period of the last 3 to 6 months he's been looking at selling it for, and the challenges I think with the previous buyers were too slow, and or the reality that you also need to put a year's rent deposit down. So that's £33,000 plus 53, which is £86,000 plus another 5 to 7 grand in legal and broker fees, which means that you're looking at just north of £90,000. So that was the total, let's say, money in terms of getting the business up and running. Outside of that, you've also got, of course, the staff costs and the ongoing costs of the actual business. So there's a lot of money that goes into buying this business. It's required a significant cash injection just to take over the business and the operating procedures. Then you've got getting to know all of the suppliers, understanding, all of the new purchase orders, getting to know the staff, and just navigating that whole road and journey. And then within that, you've got, of course, to then continue to pay staff, to pay rent, and to pay for stock. So the business, in terms of its numbers, I don't think it's doing that great, really. I think it makes anything in the region of, from what we're seeing, it probably in the cafe makes around, I'd say, £250 per day, which equals around £7,000 per month. So it it definitely it definitely needs a bump in terms of pure revenue numbers, because that's not really going to cover the costs of running the business at all. We need to get it up to 10. Now, I say 7, it's probably doing more in the region of maybe 9, let's say, because you've got Uber Eats and you've got Deliveroo. So those two platforms also are contributing towards the growth. I'm just considering in-store revenue at the moment. We need to get the revenue up across the board in general. So what are we doing to keep costs down and to ensure that we can increase profits as well as maintaining the quality? So just some general things I'll talk about. So there's the initial review of the entire supply chain. Where is it that we can get rid of weak performing products? What can we also do in terms of decreasing the supply, decreasing the cost of suppliers by potentially renegotiating with the current suppliers, looking at alternative suppliers and seeing what we can do there, as well as potentially looking at alternative products without compromising any of the quality. So that's part of the phase one. Once we've got on board with just understanding the suppliers, because the whole transition has been, in the end, quite quick, too quick probably, in terms of getting to know the staff, getting to know the business. We're still even not receiving all of the payments because they're going into the other company's bank account. So we're just waiting to transfer ownership of Uber Eats and Deliveroo, so we're able to do that. So you've got that element of it. Outside of that, then you've got the initial marketing push. So to that end, we've already begun growing Google reviews. I think we've cleared maybe 30 new reviews in the 9-10 days that we've been in. So that's good to see, because it helps the actual ranking on Google Maps. And it's clear to see that a large proportion of customers in the Marylebone How Matcha find the actual cafe through Google. The second big thing that's happening is that we're rebuilding the website. We're going to be adding probably 50,000 words to 100,000 words of new content. So that will take probably 6 months for us to see the benefits of that, potentially a lot sooner, to be honest with you. But that should lead to a dramatic difference in terms of in-store ultimately footfall. We're also working at improving the levels of customer service within the store, and we're doing that by really working in building a training program. So I'm due to start building that training program today. I've got about 20 odd, maybe 15 to 20 odd videos that I need to do that relate to every element of customer service that's important to me, in terms of upsells, in terms of questions to ask, in terms of small talk, in terms of all of these elements. So then outside of that, there's also so I mean, I could continue building the list of things that we're doing, but the point is that the Marleybone store definitely needs to be turned around to make it profitable. The truth is that in terms of identifying how these businesses scale, it really is through, I think, commercial business, if I'm being honest. So events can help, as well as ultimately looking at building the e-commerce side of it. I think that these are going to be important key parts of the business, and it's what I've ultimately espoused in general, that if I can build if the physical businesses ultimately lose money but the e-commerce business explodes, and it doesn't matter too much. That's still something that I need to navigate. I think for the first 6 months, we're probably 6 weeks into this entire journey. It's really just about getting these stores at least covering their costs. That's goal number one. I do believe that we can get there, and let's just do what we can to make that happen. And that is my update for today, chaps. Catch you later.